Hey everybody, how you doing? Late night, but what's worth doing is worth doing pretty much at almost any time, isn't it? NFL owners are, if you would really believe this, a risk averse lot.
NFL owners
And
are,
when I say risk averse, I mean they are not going to spend money on anything that
when I say
there's not a certain payoff in the end, to realize. Um, and hey, Barry, how you doing? And Barry Lee says, hey there, how you doing? Uh, Barry Lee is one of our longtime viewers and contributors. But one would say, well, wait a minute, the Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones talks about how he was a wildcatter and he took a chance on the Dallas Cowboys. But no, he went and looked at the books, looked at the fact that the Cowboys were spending $1 million a month, basically down the drain, and realized, hey, I can make a go of this. I can make something of this business because it's quite literally hemorrhaging money. Oh my goodness, Barry Lee is fighting the coronavirus. Hold everything. Barry, that is sad news, my friend. When did you learn you had the coronavirus? I should get him on the show here. I didn't realize that he's going to respond. That's Barry Lee is one of our. He's actually wearing the Zenny 62 YouTube shirt. That's in his avatar there. He a week ago. Are you taking anything? Can I recommend something that you take? What's your medication? Are you in the hospital? Is it mild? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at? Tell us. And because there are a number of remedies, among them, first of all, lay off alcohol. That's the first thing. But also get a lot of rest. And also, it's about a 4. So, okay, it's a 4. Are you on a special medication of any kind? What do they have you on? Because I highly recommend something I have here as a preventative. It's called Noviron. I don't call it that. I was gonna say I call it Noviron, but Noviron, N-O. You're home sleeping all day? Get order Noviron. Noviron. That's Noviron, folks. If you can get, he's been home sleeping, okay? It's about a 4. And then he says he's been home sleeping. He says he's just been taking aspirin. I recommend taking Noviron, okay? You can get it Lilac or over the counter. Well, not over the counter. When I say over the counter, I mean online. Then I highly recommend that you drink green tea, and also green tea and edible green tea. All right. You can buy edible green tea online. And you really need to make sure you get, if anything, you need green tea in your system. Barry Lee says, I'll try those. Yeah, green tea is vital. We drink green tea all the time. We're a coronavirus preventative medicine house. And that we don't get out much until and we're probably not going to until there's a cure for this thing, a vaccine, right? But aspirin's good to have. Also, make sure, Laundry Stay says, sorry you're here. So yeah, absolutely. Make sure that you get a cold medicine like Quercetin D, because I'm not saying treat it as a cold. It's actually far worse than that. But you want to make absolutely certain you have green tea in your system. I'm going to say green tea. Green tea is vital. All right. Green tea, ginger, and turmeric, which you can mix together. All right. And cinnamon. All right. Cinnamon. All right. All those put together. Okay. In a tea, you can get ginger as a powder, green tea as a bag, mix them together, right? Take a half a teaspoon of turmeric and put all that together, and then put it on 100, put it in a microwave for 1 minute and 35 seconds. All right, do that, and please, for God's sakes, lay off alcohol. if you consume anything, make sure it's copious amounts of water. You got the aspirin, but also water, green tea, and salads. Nothing but green leafy vegetables. All right, that's it. He says albatross help with breathing. Ah, okay. And as far as breathing, yeah, I have Barry doesn't drink. I actually have oxygen. I have in fact I have some. I had some up here. It's a canister that I just happened to have here that I don't have anymore. I think because we were throwing stuff away. But I have a canister of aspirin of oxygen that I bought just in case, right? And then of course I've got this hand sanitizer that I always use here. And then make sure that you take a shower every single day, a hot shower as hot as you can stand it, because the one thing that you want to start doing, Barry, is sweating that stuff out of your system. Okay, because the one thing you want to do is have it pass through your system. Albuterol inhalant, that is, inhalant. Okay, helps with breathing. Yeah, that's yeah. Make sure you can sweat that out of your system, and vegetables, vegetable soup, vegetable soup. Make sure that you're pumping yourself in with veggies, and also it's going to sound a little, but if you're having a hard time, getting a flow, if you will, stool softener and mineral oil, because you want to make sure that stuff is getting out of your system. It's like going, woo, okay? That's what you want to achieve. Because I'm sorry to hear that, Barry. That's no joke. Were you taking precautions before? Or were you working? What kind of work were you doing, if I may? Really got myself upset there. What kind of work were you doing? There, Barry. Were you working outside, or were you inside, or were you sheltered in place a lot? Can you get a beat on how this could have happened at all? I suppose we'll get an answer from Barry soon. Hey everybody, welcome. If you're just joining us, so Barry Lee has the coronavirus. He says he was on furlough, and he says, I guess I got it just by going to the grocery store. Did you have a mask on or anything? Because if you go in with a mask, you're less likely to contract it. But if you have because I'm a big dealer about having a mask, man. I know we've got masks all around here, and he said other than staying home, but you had a mask. He had a mask. My God, so he was taking the precautions. Holy cow! That's what we don't know enough about this doggone virus. All right, Mario Moro says you should be fine. I hope so. I pray. We don't know enough about this virus. I mean, here he's taking the precautions, right? And Mario says, boost your immune system up. Exactly. Make sure you take your vitamins, man. Vitamin B12 in particular, and vitamin D and E. If you can get it, orange juice form, apples. Make sure you do all that, man. Really, make sure. Barry Lee says, yeah, I think I'll be fine. Hope so. But make sure you blank that stuff out of you. You know what I mean? Have it just flow through. Wow. We don't know enough about this virus, folks, because it's airborne. I mean, if he's not getting out, Neil Stahl says, I wear gloves everywhere, and I even sanitize my gloves. Plus, I always open doors with paper towels. It's a great point. This thing's everywhere. And he says he also washes down gas station handles. Great idea. This thing is everywhere. And it's got to be in the air. I think about that. I go outside, I look in the sky, and I'm thinking, is this stuff floating around in the air? What's going on that we don't know? And it just seems like the perfect freaking bioweapon. It just does. It just does. Barry, man, be well, brother, and be well. Okay, well, let's shift gears here and talk about, Barry says, nope, We don't. Trump says it's dying down. And he said if we didn't have the tests, we wouldn't have the virus. Oh, jeez Louise. Oh my Lord. What's your blood? Hey, Barry, what's your blood type, by the way? Can you share? What's your blood type? And Alpha says UVC light kills it. UVC light kills it. Interesting. And Alpha, your blood type's O plus. I'm O. Barry has no idea. And get to know what your blood type is, because a person with an O blood type is less likely, I'm told, okay, my mother and I both are blood type O, to less likely to contract it. It doesn't mean that we won't, and it doesn't mean that we may not have had it. But we have, I think our thing has just been just sleeping irregularly. Make sure you sleep well. Just sleep, but also get stool softener if you don't have it. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you want to take that stuff and get it out of your system, man. You really do. All right, so let's talk about this. Colin Kaepernick, NFL owner, gives his team, get well, Barry, blessing to sign quarterback Colin Kaepernick. And basically, that's a story of two owners. First of all, two owners that at one point were actually going to wind up sharing a stadium in Carson. That didn't happen. Yeah, and we're talking about Dean Spanos, who's the owner of the Chargers, and Mark Davis, the principal owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. And says the Chargers said today that Kaepernick is on their offseason workout list. And now the Raiders owner has said and confirmed that his front office has had his blessing to sign Kaepernick if they're interested, of course. And he said that he's told the coaches to do that. They could do that really since 2017. This points out they have three quarterbacks on their roster: Derek Carr, Marcus Mariota, and Nathan Peterman. Okay, you know what? Here's my deal, all right? I just have to say this because I think it absolutely is ridiculous. Colin Kaepernick is worth more than all those dudes combined, okay? That includes Derek Carr. If first of all, Kaepernick should be signed, he should be penciled in as number 3, and they should ship Peterman off. Colin Kaepernick is more than just a quarterback. Colin Kaepernick is the modern day Muhammad Ali, in almost every sense of the word. A man who, sports star, used his platform to make a statement, was punished for it, and is now poised to make a comeback. Okay, there's only one other person who can claim such a high profile impact on his sport, and that's and the country, and that's Muhammad Ali in the late 60s and the early 70s. Okay, that's the only comparison I can make to what Colin Kaepernick can do for the National Football League if a team keeps him. I don't mean just, sign him, okay? I don't mean sign him. But if the Raiders do it, let's put it together. Colin Kaepernick, UN-Reno grad, okay? Returning home, if you will. Yeah, I know it's not exactly Reno, but it's Nevada, and people will basically make that claim, okay? He's in the fold there. And then with the Raiders at their new stadium, it will be treated like a homecoming. It will be treated like America comes home. It will have all of these implications of moving on with it, growing, a new day, all of that around one man, okay? One man playing, all right? And so Mario says, forget that one. I say anybody who forgets it's a fool, all right? Barry Lee says, I think it would be good for Colin to join the Raiders because it would help Colin and Derek improve their game by challenging each other. I'm not even thinking about that. I have no doubt that Colin Kaepernick will be an effective talent addition to the Raiders. But Colin Kaepernick's addition to the Raiders from a business standpoint will be the equivalent economically of an H-bomb being dropped in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip. You heard what I said. It would be the equivalent economically of an H-bomb being dropped in the middle of Las Vegas Strip. That's how big Colin Kaepernick signing would be, all right? Because people would be lining up to rebuy tickets for his projected first game in the NFL with the Raiders. if they sign him, but maybe they work him out and say, okay, we're going to bring him in like the third game, whatever the third game is, I believe that's actually the Bucks. Boom. Guess what? That will be huge, huge, huge. Okay. Mario says, I have no doubt he will not be in a Raiders union. My point is, hey, Mario, is it that you don't want him to be? Because I will say this, the Raiders will be stupid, stuck on stupid, beyond stupid, the definition of stupid photograph in Webster's dictionary if they didn't make this move. The Raiders are uniquely poised to make the move. It's perfect. It's classic in all kinds of ways for them not to do it, okay? I'm not making a prediction. This isn't a predictive thing like, oh, they're going to do it. No. I'm saying the Raiders would be stupid not to, okay? I'm saying the Raiders would be stupid not to. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying this, that if the Raiders don't and say the Chargers do, the same impact. Wherever, this guy is an economic nuclear bomb. Okay, period, end of story. And it doesn't matter that he's like, we're sold out. Do you know anything about economics? No, you don't. You just proved you know nothing about economics. It's called, buddy, the secondary ticket market. Somebody will be offering money for those tickets. Luxury box prices will go up on a per ticket, per game basis. Club seats would be on the market again for, in the middle of a pandemic where people are still looking for money and jobs. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, you got like $1 million laying around? No, you don't. People would be looking to sell their tickets to take advantage of this. They'll watch the rest of it on TV. Oh, and let's not forget television. Oh my goodness, the new advertisers and all the new shows. Colin returns home. Colin Kaepernick saves America. Colin Kaepernick melds the society. All of these special TV shows around which people would buy ads for, okay? Companies would buy ads for. All right? Are you joking? Ugh. Yo, you got to be kidding me, okay? All right? And Al says he will sell jerseys internationally. Exactly. The jerseys go flying off the shelves. I mean, at a rate unprecedented. I'm telling you, unprecedented, okay? Colin Kaepernick with the Chargers, hey, exciting. Colin Kaepernick with the Raiders, freaking huge, man. Like I say this, I'll say this again. If Badane, you're watching this, you don't sign him, you're a fool. John Gruden, you don't sign him, you're a fool. You're all collectively fools to not pin this guy on the Raiders and then make sure he sticks on the roster. Period. End of story. You'd be costing your team billions of dollars. Period. End of story. And hey, if that's the case, why have a title with the Raiders? Go someplace and make room for people who can actually run the team right. Do it. Sign them, okay? Now. Don't even waste time. Stop the talking and all this stuff. Do that, okay? And Barry says, not to mention secondary sales like jerseys and stuff. Absolutely. And I'm thinking about I'm thinking about also the money that would be made from properly optimized websites, okay, that would have his name, Colin Kaepernick, the story of Kaepernick returning to the Raiders. It should be number one on the Raiders site, right? But what if the Raiders don't quite have their search engine optimization together? Then somebody else wins and somebody else gets money for that, okay? That could wind up being somewhere in the neighborhood of, I would say, on a regular, just a single day basis, you're probably looking at a 70 billion hit day for your website, for that one page, all right? I'm serious. Properly optimized, 70 billion, 70, yeah, that's right, 70 billion hit day, okay? Period, end of story. I mean, it would be freaking huge, man. Oh, absolutely, okay? Absolutely, all right? And then it says, you were just saying the Raiders weren't going to have any sponsors 3 months ago. You're a fucking idiot. I never said that, okay? You're damn wrong, man. You can't even pull where I said that. Where I said was that the Raiders' number of sponsors will go down. You need to listen and pay attention, all right? I don't like that. You come on my show, you want to tell me you think that I said something I didn't say, you use what's more than likely a fake name, and you say crap like that, okay? I have the right to boot you, all right? Forget it, okay? And I didn't say they weren't going to have any worthwhile sponsors either, okay? I didn't say that either. Period, end of story. I said, however, and I will repeat this because it is true, I said because of the market that they're in, Las Vegas, The overall quality of the sponsors is not what it is for SoFi Stadium. That's a fact. Which one has the General Motors name on it? It's not Allegiant Stadium, okay? It's SoFi. All right? What I say is very nuanced and it's very detailed. So pay attention. If you're going to quote me, make sure you know what you're talking about, period, all right? Now, Barry says, Ice Cube is a big Raiders fan, okay? Barry says, I still can't help it, but I will be mad even once he's a team because he was railroaded. I always believed and still believes he has every right to renew. It's called freedom. Absolutely, okay? And here's the thing, okay? I believe that, based on my experience, Colin Kaepernick will be the hugest addition in the NFL ever, okay? Mario, you want to make it about you, so guess what? You want to make it about you? You want to get, put out? Gone. You're gone, okay? You can get upset and everything else. But my point is, stop making things about you, all right? If you want to say something, here's just to anybody. You want a point to make a point, but don't make it about you, all right? Please, okay? That's not about you. About you. I've got to have a battle with Zenny. You know what? Go have a battle with yourself in the mirror, for crying out loud. That's not what life is about. Stop doing stuff like that, all right? Now, Barry says, I still can't help but be mad, even once he's with a team because he was railroaded. I always believed and still believe he has every right to kneel. It's called freedom. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is called freedom. Completely. Completely called freedom. And so what I love about this proposal, about the idea, is the window, the notion that he would come over. I mean, look, I got to admit, I'm smarting because if you take a look at this photographs, right, that I have here, take a look at these photographs, right? This is Colin Kaepernick, but it's Colin at the Oakland Coliseum. So it's kind of like, oh, man, it didn't happen, all right? Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. And then Barry says, I can't wait. Colin shows the NFL exactly what they've been missing. And Alpha J says, each team owner will pay Colin Kaepernick organization for your Know Your Rights seminar. Oh, you know what that is? You know what? That's an excellent point. The Know Your Rights seminar. Know your rights. Know your rights. There are all kinds of implications that are going to come from this if it's done. Okay? It's not all right, period. And so Barry Lee says, I can't wait till Colin shows the NFL exactly what they're missing. Right. And then Salud says, I don't know, whatever he's welcome. I say welcome. All right. And Alpha says a Raiders Nike special edition shoe. I like that. Special edition shoes, hats, bandanas, and let's not forget, you got it, face masks. Okay. Masks. All right. John Akala for the win. How you doing, buddy? John, what do you think of not the possibility, but Colin Kaepernick to the Raiders is a freaking good idea. Don't you think so? And if you don't, let me know why. Just curious. I think, however, Colin Kaepernick is the economic equivalent of a nuclear bomb dropped on the Las Vegas Strip. All right. Hydrogen bomb, H-bomb, period, end of story. All right. Hey, man, Barry, first of all, prayers in overcoming the coronavirus. Please get green tea. All right, okay? Please get green tea. Period. Please get green tea. All right. God bless you, my man. John, back to you. What's happening, man? And Barry Lee says, okay, bedtime. I'll talk to you later. See ya. All right. What's happening? Kaepernick, man. Kaepernick could be worth as much as $5 billion, $6 billion to the league. He made $6 billion for Nike. Do you realize that's $6 freaking billion? Okay. Corey Brown says, I think Al would have signed Cap before now. I agree. He would have just said, oh, yeah. Basically, because, he loves being contrary to the rest of the league, right? So he would just pin that one there, get him in there. I can see Mr. Davis doing that. That Kaepernick, He looks good in black, doesn't he? Yeah. That's Mr. Davis. Alpha J says, since Roger Goodell is an attorney, I can see him proposing a financial responsibility, of course, for all rookies. Actually, Roger's background is marketing. Um, uh, the attorney who is the NFL commissioner, that was Paul Tagliabue, because Paul actually came from the legal side. But Roger was a marketing guy, and I remember way back in 1996 when Alo Casal, the now late executive assistant for the Raiders, and I were having lunch at Linguini's in Alameda. Great place that's still there today. Unfortunately, I don't think it's quite open yet, but great linguini. At any rate, he said to me, "There's a guy." What happened was that I represented the mayor of Oakland, Elihu Harris, at the time, and Local Sal dispatched me on what was then a secret mission. He wanted me to basically go behind the scenes and talk with the 49ers in the league about resurrecting the 49er preseason game. In other words, he felt that it was better that it looked like it came from the mayor's office of Oakland rather than the Oakland Raiders. So basically, Alec Ocasal taught me all the NFL politics I know. When I say politics, I don't necessarily mean people, I mean style. And he said, there's a guy that I want you to meet. They're grooming him to be commissioner. His name is Roger Goodell. So the first time that Roger and I talked, I was in my office. I called him. I think he was headed to Europe. And we talked for the first hour about his dad, Charles Goodell. But I digress. Point that I'm making is his background is more marketing, not law. But Tagliabue is a lawyer. Commissioner Tagliabue is a different animal. He's very dry. His wit was very dry and is very dry. He's a very smooth, not that Roger isn't in his own way, but Paul has a patrician air that he's artfully brought to bear on the job of commissioner of the NFL. I think that's the best way to put it. At any rate, Aldo says Al Davis had flair. He says, my bad, you're correct. John Acala says, yes, I would like him to go to the Raiders, but I think the Chargers might sign him to boost their ticket sales in LA. The Chargers do need the help. I think just for the heck of it, though, I mean, since Mark was basically smarting about the whole, Carson deal, I think he ought to just go back and just goose Dean a little. You know what I mean? Just kind of, oh man, you might want him, but we're just gonna sign him. I'm just saying, okay. I'm just saying, why not? What's a little competition between friends, right? I'm just saying, okay. And I says, dude, you're a repository of NFL history. Hey, repository, I'll take that. The other, I'm not so much. But thank you. No, it's whatever. The whole. Thank you. Yeah, what I was going to say is, it's my life is a weird, complex array of very interesting people and situations. And one of those, if you had told me sort of things, right? Anyway, but enough about that, and back to my point. Boy, Kaepernick, I just look at this, okay? Doggone well, first of all, who's going to take number 7? Tell me, all right? Who's going to take number 7? Mariota? He's number 8, isn't he? Okay. You know what number Derek Carr is, right? So that's not happening. And then Peterman is what? He's 3, right? So 7. I mean, the jersey is made for him. All he's got to do is, hey, team signs him. They pencil him in. The NFL gives him a special title of a special assistant or social liaison or community liaison. That is a lifetime appointment. I think that would be fitting. Lifetime appointment, Raiders job, boom, okay? Boom. The dollar amount, once he steps on the field, that's where the bomb drops, okay? Signing him is one thing, but they've got to put him on the team. I'm not saying make it easy for him, because Colin will not want, I'm I don't claim to know Colin Kaepernick. I haven't met the man yet. But my point is, he would definitely compete for the position. He would try to be ready. He would try to be the starter. I'm not saying he would go after Carr's job, but I'm saying that he would work himself as if he were going to be the starter, knowing that Gruden has in Derek Carr a man who is seasoned in the system, popular with the fans, great spokesperson for the Raiders in the National Football League, and a great teammate, and will be a great teammate. I have no doubt about that. So Colin will put himself in there, create a lot of buzz and competition and everything else, and the Raiders will be all the richer for it, and so will the league. If he's third string, hey, that's it. Third string, and maybe they have special plays for him, which are really plays just to get people excited and drive up the ratings. Like, when is Colin Kaepernick coming in? When is this, right? And then they put him in there. I'm not saying make him a slash player, although no, I'm not saying make him a slash player, but make him a situational quarterback. Something like that. A guy who can run a specialized sprint out, something like that. The kind of player that I believe, Gruden had in mind when he got Mariota. Can you imagine Marcus Mariota and Colin Kaepernick in the same backfield at the same time? I can think of a number of plays for them, okay? Again, I'm not saying this will happen. I am saying one thing, okay? I'm saying it should happen. I'm saying this is what the Raiders should do, okay? Alfonso says, I'm trying to tie in this Kaepernick situation with the history of Fritz Pollard. Great point. First African-American to play quarterback in the NFL, coach, in the NFL, both. But a handful of leaders in sports, only a handful of leaders in sport made the league and the nation better. And you say that, and I'm thinking about, again, and I said this before you came on, right? That I thought the best example of that was Muhammad Ali. Okay, I still think Ali is the best example of that. I'm a big fan of Ali. I really am. John Akala says it might be hard to have an NFL season this year because football is such a violent contact sport. It might just be too dangerous during this pandemic. I think you're right. And that's why, look, as exciting as what I am talking about is, I grant you that, okay? I grant you that. That I think it's very difficult to have an NFL season this year. There's so many businesses that are running out of money. Do you realize that Norwegian Cruise Lines just halted, said, we're not going to do ships for a while. All of these seemingly disconnected actions are actually interconnected. Why? Because when a cruise line can't order food or cuisine, that means the organizations they order it from, let's say that maybe they're based, wherever else they're based, that takes money away from a person that would use part of that money to buy NFL tickets. You say they're sold out. I say that ticket is looking to get dumped somewhere. Because what happens is that even if they're sold out, those folks are going to have to get their money back. And if those folks get their money back, guess what? There isn't going to be any place or anywhere where they can resell the tickets because there wouldn't be no season. So there's no, as I look at that scenario, it's hard to find a winning outcome from that. It just is. It just is. But it all comes down to two things: a vaccine and money. A vaccine for the virus and money from the federal government to make sure that this economy is propped up. Do you realize that adjusted for inflation, we spent more money on World War II than today? That's right. The Trump administration brags about spending, $2 trillion, $3 trillion? We spent $4 trillion on World War II. $4 trillion. That's right. Okay. We can do better than that. We have to. We have payroll protection plan money still out there unclaimed by the billions. That's nuts. All right. And we have people who need it. We have people out there not wearing their masks, getting infected. And even if they are wearing their masks, like poor Barry Lee, they're getting infected. Even if they're doing the right thing, they're getting infected. And guess what's happening? Our hospitals, in a number of cases, are filling up again. And the federal government and the administration has not brought forth enough money to make new hospital beds nationwide. It's like they've given up on it. I think Donald Trump is trying to pit us against each other. I think he's trying to make us sicker. I think he's trying to make us madder at each other, all because he believes it's going to get him elected again. That's a bad bet, and it's cruel to treat a country like that for personal gain. It's even crueler to allow him to do it. Did you hear about the whole Bolton thing with John Bolton, where Trump had asked the Chinese government to help him get reelected and wanted to use their considerable economic power? Ooh, do you think there's any connection between that and the virus? Just wondering. We had the Secretary of State basically say he's full of something. All right. We're in a mess, folks. M-E-S-S. Mess. Mess. Okay. Wow. So, Alfonso says this, and I'll roll out of here. Imagine this. CK has been surgically repaired, physically healed, and essentially has a 29-year-old football body minus the recent bruising. Once he works out the cobwebs, I can see lighting it up. I can too. Oh boy, and that's the ultimate weapon, man. That Colin Kaepernick on the field is truly a nuclear dude. Okay, no question about it. Okay, truly a nuclear dude. Okay, yes, yeah, and yeah, DT is doing some suspect things. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, folks. This has been fun. And I have to say, I don't enjoy booting or blocking people. Let me make something clear, okay? I have no issue with anybody disagreeing with me. I have issues with people not doing their homework and saying that I said things that I didn't say. I have an issue, thank you, Alpha. I have an issue with people not seeking debate. So it's like Mario says, well, I didn't use a curse word. I don't fucking care. All right? It's not that you didn't use a curse word. It's just that you came in to argue from the jump, all right? It wasn't that you had a factual point that you wanted to check, or I said something, but you said, hey, Zenny, you said X, but I found this, and this says Y. Okay, cool. All right, fine. No, okay. Everything you brought up was wrong, all right? I said that because of the fact, and this is still a fact, that Las Vegas is the 42nd largest media market in the country, that overall the sponsorships they got were not on the level that they would have gotten in the Bay Area. The Raiders are tech averse when it comes to sponsorships. That is a fact. But if they had the chutzpah and the want to, they could have done the SoFi deal. You know, SoFi is a tech company, right? Do you realize that? Okay. Look at what the Warriors did. It doesn't matter that their principal owner is a venture capitalist and the head of one of the partners of Clymer Perkins, one of the best VC firms in the country. No, my point is, though, if you have enough business savvy, if you are an entrepreneur, you can make it happen. All right. The Raiders could have made it happen. So as great a situation as it may seem they are in, they're not. Because a Raiders stadium in Oakland would not have been primarily backed by a hotel tax. So therefore, it would not have fallen or succumbed to the dangers that they're in Las Vegas, where the hotel tax-based bond issue is dangerously close to default when all those chickens are going to come home to roost come 2021, 2022. That's a fact, because the Las Vegas miners know that, look, Clark County is not going to have the money. What are you going to do, restructure the bond? All right. Where's it going to come from? General fund? General fund is broke. All right. Are they going to increase the hotel tax to where I said it should have been when they started? 1.4% rather than 88/100ths of 1%. Those chickens are going to come home to roost. All right. They just are. In the Bay Area, the Raiders would have been a lot wealthier. There would have been a new stadium there too. I remind you, it wouldn't have been the Coliseum. It would have been one hell of a place. Good night, everybody. Thanks, John. All right. You all have a good night too, and God bless you. I'll see you. Thank you.